say these are really expensive dailies, or they're actually not. If you back out all the costs and all of the dailies equally, we can see how expensive they actually are.
But the thing is, if it's stuff we're doing anyway, this is sort of like icing on the cake. You know, we're doing the mass media anyway because we're trying to increase condom use. And so if it's in a country that happens to have a large market share, well, it may be that condom use increases enormously, but it's not captured in that BCC dally thing. But instead of thinking of it as an expensive dally, if we think of it as sort of icing on the cake, that we're really trying to measure that incremental additional behavior change that we think we should get credit for, because damn it, we've done all this mass media. People all over the country are buying Durex condoms like crazy, and you know, we were partly responsible for that. How do we measure that? How do we capture that? So you know what I mean? If you look only at the cost, then you might think it was very costly.
Well, I think it's a great question, and you could look at it the other way. You could bring those other values back, okay, to the denominator. And if it was then 500 extra ones coming in, to the extent you can look at the cost effectiveness of one particular campaign, which is a little tricky, but you had a budget there for Kenya. It appeared it was 400,000 or something.
Yep.
You could divide that by what we presume to be 750 if you drop the 500 back. That still looks like an enormously cost-ineffective intervention. So there's something going on there. And yet our condom project would be considered pretty cost-effective, right? The other end of the spectrum, if you just divided up our condom dailies by our HIV budget.
But remember, those condom dailies will cover a number of different projects, right? So that might cover an adult intervention and any other number of interventions. And this is just looking at the youth. And so
Right,
there might
and
not
men,
be a lot of
yeah.
health impact on how with the youth, because I don't know what the burden of HIV is with the youth, but it's not constantly.
Yeah, all very good questions. I'm going to move this forward. Okay, so we looked at Laos. I heard groans in the back about Laos. So Laos implemented between 2005 and 2008 a female sex worker program. The objective of the... Yes, sorry, Evelyn.
Yes, I have one question.
Yes.
One general question, please. Could I?
Yes, please, go ahead.
I want to know why do we measure the partner number reduction even if the BCC campaign didn't focus on this behavior.
Can you repeat that again, Evelyn?
I want to know why do we measure the partner number reduction even if the behavior change communication didn't focus on this behavior.
If that wasn't a focus of the campaign messaging.
Yeah.
For this, I cannot remember.
Can you Hong Mei's trying to answer.
Okay, hi Evelyn. I'm thinking because this has been done a while back, so I cannot remember what behavior the program actually were targeting at. Condom use is one of the behavior targeted. For number of partner, it seems to me may not be the behavior of interest of that program, but I need to check.
Of the Kenya program? It wasn't.
So if we measure that, are we measuring it because we notice in our research that it has changed, it's increased?
No, which behavior will be tested to see whether there's a change in the behavior depends on whether the behavior is the behavior of interest of the program. For example, if the Kenya program is to increase condom use with all type of partner and reduce sexual partner of all types, then we will look at all the number of partners by type and the condom use by type to see whether there's change in each of these behavior. But if the program is just want to increase condom use, has nothing to do with reducing partners, then we won't check the changes in partner. Even though there's change in partner, it's hard to see that's because our intervention, because the message we sent out has nothing to do with reducing sexual partners in our intervention.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. I think this also brings to light another point. When we were putting together these case studies, a lot of the data and the intervention information was somewhat eroded. And we're hoping that we could do this prospectively so that, again, we are able to do some navel gazing and understand what elements of our program are having impact, whatever measure we're using. And we would, I guess, solicit the help of all of you who are in that position to make sure that we regularly document programmatic information so that we can cull it in these types of case studies or something similar. Okay, so Laos quickly. Laos female sex worker targeted program between 2005 and 2008, largely peer-led. There was, I don't think, any mass media element to it. Individual counseling in small groups, and there was some kind of attached condom sales and distribution. Total communication budget estimated at $250,000. The results: 98.3% of the sex workers in the target areas were reached. It was a small target population, approximately 5,000 individuals, and consistent condom use increased with commercial partners. It was documented having increased moderately, but still, decent, 7.75%, from 82% to 89%. So when you look at the 82%, what do you think?
It's already high.
It was already high, right? Okay, so. Okay, so. Don't laugh.
So I don't know.
Yes, it's gone up. It was 1.4.
Oh, anniversary.
Yes, the anniversary is 0.6.
Do you want to just say how many it is? Because I don't think the camera can see that.
2 dallies averted in Laos. Okay, but I still like to think that 2 dallies is a learning opportunity for us because 2 dallies really got us into a lot of discussions with Rob and the Asia team. What is happening? What could be